Hello guys, welcome to this Cloud Premi YouTube channel. In this today's video, we are going to check about how we can back up the data with the help of volume mounting. So for volume mounting, AWS has provided a specific service called as EBS, which is nothing but a elastic block storage. It provides us the block storage. So now EBS provides us the block storage where we can utilize this block storage by mounting that block storage to our EC2 instance, and all of the data will get added to that EBS. And let's say in case if my EC2 instance gets crashed, or if I want to use that data to any other of the EC2 instance, what I can do, I can directly just detach the volume and attach to the new instance. Okay, so this by help of this attachment and detachment, we can easily get all of the data mounted to any of the other EC2 instance. So in this video, we are going to check about the creation of volumes, how the volumes will get created, how we can use the volumes to back up the data. Then there are separate commands to make it possible, because once you have the volume is not in the formatted state, right? So it doesn't have the file systems and all these things. So to make it formatable, we have some of the commands that we will run and will attach to the EC2 instance, and we'll also test the setup. Just to test the setup, we'll create two different EC2 instance, EC2 1 and EC2 instance 2. What I will do, I will create one file or a content in EC2 instance 1, and I will detach the volume. Once I detach volume, if I attach this volume to the secondary EC2 instance, that means if my data is there, our setup got successful. So without wasting our time, let's get started. So guys, if you haven't watched this video of creation of the EC2 instance, I request you to please go through the existing videos of mine and just try to create the EC2 instance. Now just to save our time, I have created a two EC2 instance. One is the Cloud Premi master one, and the second one is to just check the mounting point. Now as we already know how we can connect the EC2 instance and all these things, I will just go to my terminal, and this is my EC2 instance. Okay, I have connected two of the EC2 instance in my terminal machine by use of the SSH commands. Okay, now what we will do, the first step of ours is to create a volume. Okay, now just to create the volume, you will have to go inside the EC2. In the left hand side, there you'll see elastic block store. Under that, volumes. Here if you just check, we have the two volumes which got created while we create the EC2 instance. Now what I will do, I will create a new volume. I don't require that much of GB, so I'll just keep it as 1 GB as of now. It based on your side how we want to create, or what is the size of the volume you want. I just need a 1 GB, so that is fine for me. And I'll add the tag. Better you follow your own tagging system. I'll just create the volume. Okay, so now by use of this, what it will do, it will create an additional 1 GB of volume, and it's in the available stage. So that is the best part of the cloud system, is that we don't have to wait for a minute or wait for hours to get the extra volumes, right? With a single tip of hand, we got this. Now what is my next step is that I will have to attach this volume to the existing EC2 instance. Now to attach this volume, you will have to select the volumes. Okay, action. So this is 8 GB volume is got already attached. You will have to check which volume state is available. Now I am seeing the first volume state is available. I'll go here, I'll attach the volume, and I will first attach it to my master one. Okay, and make sure that whenever you are attaching the volume, you should not use the SD1, because SDA1 is already in use. So what we'll have to do, we'll have to use the from F to end one. So I will just choose the F. So I will choose the SDF and I will attach the volume. You will have to wait for a minute. Okay, even if it is saying that, but it is not in the available state, so it's in use state. Okay, now the next thing what we need to do is that we'll have to go to the terminal. Now I'll just give the heads up to the commands over here. So the first command we need to run is the lsblk. lsblk is nothing but I want to list it down the block storage devices attached to this EC2 instance, ls blocks. So now here if you see, my volume is got attached to the EC2 instance. As you are seeing that 1 GB is attached to this EC2 instance. Now what I will do, I'll create a new mount folder. Okay, sorry for that. Create a mount folder, you will have to use directory, and if I just check /mount/data, here you'll see the folder is there, and because I haven't created anything. Okay, now what is the next step of mine is to do that we will have to mount that volume to this specific folder. Before that there is an additional step, but I will explain it later on. So just to mount it, what we will have to do, sudo mount. I want to mount the xvdf that you are seeing. This is my file system, like this is my block storage. I want to mount it to data folder. So now here if you see, it is giving me the error that mount data is wrong formatted type or bad option, because when we attach any of the volume to the EC2 instance, that volume is not in the file system state. Now to convert that volume into the file system, we will have to use the ext4 command, that is make a file system. I'll just so first of all you will have to formatted this xvdf to the ext4 file system, and ext4 is commonly used. Okay, now my file system got created onto that volume. If I just cross check it with the mounting point, now I'm able to mount to the specific mount folder data. Now if I just use the lsblk, now if you see, this xvdf volume got attached to the mount/data as a mount point. So what I will do, I'll create a new file. Okay, new file .txt onto this folder. Hi, this is main EC2 instance. Okay, now if I just do ls-ltr to mount data, you'll see the new file system. Sorry, the new file is there. If you see, the new file is there, and if I just add the cat, so this is the main EC2 instance. Now what we will do, we will detach this volume, because the mounting point is there onto this data. That means this data got attached to the volume itself. Now what I will do, I will just unmount that. Okay, /mnt/data. If I just try lsblk, so we don't have any of the mounting points, and also we will have to unmount this from the AWS console also. So I'll have to check which is the 1 GB of data. So this is a 1 GB. I'll have to go there, action, detach volume, and detach it. Now as of now, what we have done, we have attached the volume to any specific EC2 instance. We have run the commands. We have created one file system there. We have updated the file system. We have created one single file, and that single file we will have to check it by attaching to this new EC2 instance that I had already created. If you just cross verify it, if I just want to show you, there is no data folder. Okay, now I will create this data folder over here. So now the data folder is there, but the data is not there. Got it? Data folder is not there, but attached this volume, my data has to be there because we had already created the file over that thing. It is still detaching mode. So now here see, there is no attached sources. What I will do, I'll use this 1 GB of volume action attach volume. Now where do you want to attach? I'll attach into the mount check running. The same thing I'll do it here as a device type as SDF. Wait for it. Okay, now I'll attach this volume. You will see it is been volume state is in use and it got attached. Now if I just type lsblk just to check whether my system has an attached disk or not, so there you see there isn't one disk. Now the best thing about here is that because we have already created the file system on that volume, so we should not have to configure the make file system commands. We'll just check it. Okay, just to mount this folder to the volume is that the command is sudo mount / what is my block storage device, that is the volume xvdf, and I will mount it to mount / data. So if you just check, earlier it was giving the mounting issue because we haven't formatted this volume as a file system, but now we haven't got there. That means my mounting got successful. lsblk mount data. If I just check ltr/mnt/data, you'll see my new file system is there, and if I use cat command to open that new file.txt, this is the main EC2 instance. So that means our volume mounting got successful and we were able to test it with the creation of 2 EC2 instances. So this was all about, guys. So we can easily get the backup of data with the help of volume mounting. So whenever you want to have a special case where we want to have the backup of data not on EC2 instance, so you can create a volume of EBS and you can attach to everything there. So in this video we had talked about how we can create the volumes. I created the 1 GB of volume and attached to the EC2 instance. Then we have detached from it, created a simple txt file and attached to another EC2 instance, and by checking that another EC2 instance, my file was there. So we had everything workable. So this was all about the backup of the data with the help of volume mounting, how we can do the volume mounting and all of these things. I hope you are liking my videos. Keep learning, keep growing, be a cloud Premi always. Thank you.